Hold on. Let me make sure.
I would have wrote you a sheet if I knew you was doing it. Wait a minute.
No,
On that one,
don't make it difficult. Just
I'm
just
not,
just
but
say
I just
just say as you talking in April. He got it.
okay. But I was talking about for the commercial part. We were going in our little minute break.
That's on there too. You taking breaks?
Not a break, but like the video gonna play. Stop, Lauren.
So when the video
Hour
plays,
show.
y'all gonna be talking through the video when it plays?
When it's we're gonna be talking to each other probably.
Now that's not gonna go over the mic, it's gonna have to mute those
Do we have to mute our mic,
while the video's playing.
So
or we just don't talk?
one, look, real quick. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Gotcha.
This is mute.
Gotcha.
When you see that? Oh, that means
Everybody can hear us.
I'm like, everything my door.
Mind the business that pays you. Yeah. Our people walking power, we gon' blow up. No fear, no doubt, we gon' show up. Set your boundaries, shine bright, no fright. Unapologetic, we fight for what's right. Family keeper, that's a state of mind. Power protection all by design. Family keeper, we rise, we shine. Power protection all by design. Mind the business that pays you.
first one gonna be them.
Hey, are we live yet?
No, I don't see us.
We live already? Okay.
What you move?
I didn't move anything. What I move? What did I move?
You moved something.
I moved something?
Yeah, I see it. Yeah, that whole thing is. Yeah, that whole thing is off. All right. Let me go.
Are we here?
You live. You're live.
Okay. Our mic's up.
Let me fix it.
All right. Hey, everybody. How are you? Thank you for tuning in to the Mind the Business That Pays You podcast. How you doing? My girls here. We are ready to go. We have some correspondents in North Carolina, South Carolina. We have a hot topic, and we have a great guest for you today. I'm going to introduce myself. I'm Mrs. Monique Danielle Harrell, and you are watching Mind the Business That Pays You podcast. I'm going to introduce my co-host. To my right, we have the beautiful Jilma Bell Beecham.
Hello, everyone. How are you? Again, I'm Jilma Bell Beecham, and I am your co-host.
And guess what? We have another co-host over here, Miss April Coage to my left.
Hello out there, everyone. I'm April Coage, CEO, A-Style Fashion and Accessories, and I'm so happy to be here to talk about Mind the Business That Pays You.
All right, and guess what? On location, I call her PW, but her name is Rochelle V. Gray, and she's our correspondent that's on location in Charlotte, North Carolina. Welcome, Rochelle.
Can we hear?
Watching.
Oh, okay, there you go. Say it again, Rochelle.
I said hello, ladies, and to everybody that's watching.
All right. Well, listen, we have a hot topic for you today. We have a guest that's with Rochelle in North Carolina. She's coming
Charlotte,
to us
North
live.
Carolina.
Charlotte in the building. Her name is Lachelle Davis Moore. Did I say her name correctly?
That's
All
right.
I got it because, you know, sometimes the pronunciation is a little off, but that's Lachelle Davis Moore. She's going to be coming to us live with Rochelle over there in North Carolina. And our topic for today, pay attention, everyone, because you know the show is called
Okay, I'm
Mind the
moving it right.
Business That Pays You. So what we want you to do is pay attention to your bag, not just your money. So we're getting ready to get into that. But first, before we do that, we're going to give you a little more insight on who we are as your hosts. We're going to start with Jilma Bell Beecham over here. Play the video.
I'm gonna start singing.
Here she go.
Well, I'm gonna say the backdrop sound looks amazing.
Thank
Yes, it
you.
does.
Studio looks really amazing.
Yes,
It does.
Thank
All
you,
right,
everyone, for
Jilma.
being patient with us. You know, it's our first show, so we got to work those kinks out.
Yes, absolutely. Well, Jilma, go ahead and introduce who you are.
So, again, I am Jilma Bell Beecham. I am founder of CRJ Squeaky Clean, which is a remote cleaning business. Just starting out. It is family owned, so stay tuned as I am building out my team. I'm hiring subcontractors to send them out to actually do
That
the
sounds
cleaning
good in
for
real
me.
time.
I do not plan on doing any.
That sounds good in real time.
So, again, stay tuned.
So y'all get to see her journey as she builds her business. So for those of you who are, you know, a little pushed back on should I start a business, should I not, pay attention to Jilma
Let
over
me
here.
tell you, it's worth it.
I know that's
Grinding,
right.
but I'm doing it.
Absolutely. And next we're going to reintroduce again April Coage.
Hey, everyone. Again, I'm April Coage, CEO and founder of A-Style Fashion and Accessories. I'm an online and mobile boutique that specializes in ladies' fashion and empowerment events and experiences. So we use the fashion to empower women and just really build that confidence. And here to serve you. I've been in business about 13 years now, and I'm just so excited to move to the next phase of it. We now have a nonprofit a nonprofit angle, A-Style with a Purpose, and that's where we are really going to expand on our empowerment events and motivational events, but using fashion as a basis. So stay tuned. A lot to come.
And you just did a sewing event as
Yes,
well, right?
yes,
For your
yes, yes,
nonprofit?
yes, I did. So actually, last Saturday, one of the first of the series of events that we'll be doing is we hosted a sewing class, and it was great. The purpose was for sisterhood, patience, and creative expression. And the ladies had a great time. In fact, some who had never sewn before made beautiful, beautiful tote bags. And it was
Wow.
just, yeah, it was awesome. And these are the types of community events, the sisterhood building, just to lift us up and just express who we really are. So I'm excited. More good stuff to come.
All right, good job, good job. Now we're gonna go into Mrs. Rochelle V. Gray, and I call her PW for Powerful Woman. That's my thing that I
Hey.
call her all the time. Go ahead, Rochelle.
So what I'm gonna say is, I always say my name is Rochelle V. Gray because there's others, but none with the V. And I am the confidence coach of Charlotte. And what I do is coach new and struggling teachers through their pain points to success. Because survival mode is not the assignment. I coach students to academic excellence, social greatness, and I help them launch some of their first businesses. And you'll get to meet some of them. I have some students that have great, thriving businesses, and that's going to lead me to something else that we'll talk about later in the show. And last, I coach parents. Yes, parents to become powerful advocates who speak up and show up for their children's education. So this is what I do. This is who I am. And this is the Mind the Business that pays you.
You got to bring that to New Jersey.
I know that's
Yeah.
right. You know, she's
Girl, and I love it. And I will.
Yes.
I love New
from
Jersey. I
Jersey.
started Powerful Parents there as an advocate, and we won 32 out of 33 cases. And you should see some of the cases we got. And we didn't win the last one only because I turned it down because I don't do get back. We don't burn bridges. We use policy and we use this.
Right.
We don't get back.
Absolutely. Well, thank
All right,
you,
so
Miss PW.
it's great
That's
to
why I
be
call
here.
her PW. We're going to introduce Wakia. She's here on screen already. So, Wakia, Wakia Cotton, tell them what your segment
ladies.
is about.
How are you?
Hi.
I'm from South Carolina. I've been in the healthcare business for over 24 years.
Wow.
I'm a caring person. I love caring for others. And I'm going to try to give the best, smart, helpful tips that I can give to everyone.
Because we need them.
And her segment is
you.
called
That's-
the Care Break
need
is her
them.
segment, the Care Break. So she'll be bringing you tips on caring for yourself while you're caring for loved ones. Am I correct?
You're very correct. We need the care break. You have to care for yourself before you break. Yes.
Perfect way
You're
to
right.
say it.
You're right.
And me,
Perfectly
again, my
stated.
name is Monique Danielle Harrell. I am the CEO of Singleton Builders. I'm a developer, real estate investor, playwright. I wrote a play called The Shop, which a lot of people may remember. I did it at Newark Symphony Hall and at the Ritz Theater, right? It was the Ritz.
Right.
The Ritz Theater, Newark Symphony Hall. I'm also an author of a book called Forgotten Pieces. It's a life skills guide for teens and young adults. Because believe it or not, a lot of us may have one or two parents or was brought up under someone that taught us life skills. Well, there's a lot of people that do not know anything about life skills. And when I say that, I mean in the homes, right? And a lot of the homes where people don't have parents, you know, so just a lot of people that you think know life skills that really do not know life skills. And I'm also a licensed cosmetologist. So I've been doing that, I don't know, 20, 30 years now? I don't know, for a long time. But yes, that's who I am. Again, I'm Monique Danielle Harrell, and we are your hosts for Mind the Business That
That
Pays
pays
You.
you.
We're going to go into our topic of the day. So our topic today is pay attention to your bag and not just money. Everyone always think when you say pay attention to your bag, you're talking about money. Well, we're going to give you tips on what we feel a breakdown of pay attention to your bag means. We're going to go into mindset, strategy, wardrobe, and work ethic. So we're going to start with mindset. Want to go, Jilma?
Sure.
The mindset for people?
All right. So we're going to talk about consistency. Beats motivation every time. Motivation comes and goes. I think everyone here knows that, and people that are listening.
Absolutely.
Consistency is what drives results. It is not about being inspired every day. It's about showing up, sticking to the process no matter how hard it gets, and staying committed. Committed is a big key word in here. So keep going, keep thriving, and never stop. And remember, motivation every time.
All right. That's a pointer for anyone who's trying to go after your bag. It's about mindset as well. It's not just about money and dollars and cents. It's about the whole entire package. Rochelle, what's your input on that?
Mindset. First of all, knowing what it really means and what it means every day and what it means at different times. So one of the things I really try to do is, first of all, with my mindset, do things that's going to keep it positive. That's going to keep me in front of things. And one thing I really love to do with my mindset is be around people who are going who are already where I want to go.
Absolutely.
I think that's very important, especially since I'm coming out of education for 25 years. Going into business is way different.
Right.
And especially now with where education is, there's more freedom in business. Because me and Monique always talk about that. I'm like, yeah, but you got to say yours. She's like, yeah, but and she's right. She's hustling, but she gets to do it her way.
Right. But see,
So that to me is the mindset to have. First of all, if you're not repping me this year, I'm not repping you.
No,
Sorry.
Right.
That's the
It's a
one
lot of
mindset I'm
energy.
taking.
It's a lot of energy.
Because
Right.
we give with that mindset, and then we don't have anything left for ourselves. And then before I end, one thing, I just read a book for my leaders called "If You Don't Feed the Teachers, They Eat the Students."
Oh.
But it's true, right?
Yes,
And Wakia let us
that's
know,
awesome.
and that's a mindset. If you're not feeding yourself first with anything positive and affirmations and getting people out of your way that's not supposed to be there,
That part.
that's my mindset going in 2025. That I don't have anything. I don't have anything to give,
Right.
or I'm struggling to give, and I'm supposed to give out of my access, not what I need.
Right.
And I think sometimes that's the mindset of what we have.
Absolutely. 'Cause
And everybody else
people are
be
drained.
trucking along. You don't gave them everything. You don't have nothing for yourself.
Right, right, and they going around just as business as usual, and you sitting there tired and drained out
And
and can't
depleted,
even-
right?
Right.
Totally depleted, mentally, physically,
Absolutely right.
emotionally depleted, because you gave it to everybody else. Been there, not anymore.
Okay?
What's your
So
view on that?
that's our mindset at Mind the Business That Pays You.
So,
Right.
to
Listen.
piggyback on
We're
that,
going to hold
I'm
each other accountable and make sure it don't happen.
Right.
Exactly,
You have to
exactly.
hold yourself accountable.
Yes. So
right,
to
though, but
piggyback
sometimes
on
you
that,
know.
I'm going to talk about
Gotta be
encouraging affirmations or routines that keep the energy high. So first of all, some of the routines I do in the morning, first thing I do is thank God. I wake up, I thank God for waking me up.
Real loud.
I thank God for waking me up. I ask him to order my steps. I read some Joel Osteen. I'll read this other passage every morning. It's called Our Daily Verse. So if you guys are interested, it's just a free email that comes up. Just kind of kickstarts your day. You don't have to be spiritual. Just read some kind of positive affirmation in the morning. And especially at night before you go to bed. They said what you put in your head, but 5 minutes before you go to sleep, you know, the universe is moving and thinking, you know, and it's
true.
feeding.
nighttime is the
and
worst.
it's right, and your nervous system and all. I'm big on that, just checking my nervous system out. But just definitely always finding some sort of positive affirmations. You see them all over the internet, all over the email. You can Google them. You can just tack them up on your walls. But that's some of the routines that encourage me, I know, throughout the day. I tell myself I'm a millionaire. It's what, like you said, it's a mindset.
Right.
I'm
That's
not there
it.
yet, but I'm there.
You're not
Here
that
I
far
am.
from
I'm
it,
not
though,
yet.
now. Let's
So
be
that's the
clear.
thing.
You're not
It's a
that far.
mindset. So just keep feeding yourself those positive things. Words have power. You know, your thoughts, and watch your thoughts. The Bible says a man is what he thinketh. So
Absolutely.
yeah.
Don't say it out loud.
Listen.
It's positive.
Yes, yes. So,
Right, right.
And a trick I do too, if I get in a state where I feel something negative, I immediately
Right.
switch it. Okay,
Right.
but I woke up this morning, you know, so I immediately switch it to make it positive. So, just staying in that space and that keeping those affirmations, and like you said, surrounding yourself with like-minded individuals will really just
That's
just
really
help.
important. That's
Yeah,
really important. 'Cause
yeah.
you could get drained easily. And me being as just an entrepreneur without ever having to do the 9 to 5 job, not that there's anything wrong with that.
And you
but
never have.
girl, thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
but
God
sometimes
for
it's
that,
longer
but
than 9 to 5. The
It's a
entrepreneurship.
lot of work,
yeah.
and people always say to me, like you said, Rochelle, oh, well, you work for yourself. But that means when you get to call someone to solve your problem or to answer your questions because you're doing one compartment of the business, I have to do all 10 of them. So it's not like I get to call anybody because I am the last person they're going to call.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of work, and and I have a problem with designating work to other people because it seemed like it just doesn't get done the way that I would do it. But that's something we're going to speak about as well. You have to know when to
yeah.
say when and hire people to help you because people have to help you. You have to trust people to do, to do a good job just the way that you would do it.
Right.
So that brings me to what my point is going to be is you shift from employee mindset to owner mindset. Shifting from thinking about earning a paycheck to creating value. Most people say, well, they trade time for money. Well, if I go to work and work this amount of hours, I'm going to get this amount of pay. That's how an employee think. A boss think like, let me find a strategy, a purpose, something going on that could create value for me while I sleep. Because that's what we're trying to do. You can only make but so much money using your own 2 hands. I tell people that all the time. You're never, if your goal is just to be comfortable, it's hard to just work with what your hands can do. There's a lot of things out here you can do if you change your mindset. Like I don't never say, I'm going to go look for a job when my money get low. I say, I'm going to go look for an opportunity. Because a job and opportunity is 2 different things. So that's my perception of mindset when we're talking about mind the business that pays you and leveling up your bag. So the next thing we're going to talk about is 4 things. It's mindset, strategy, wardrobe, and work ethic. So the next one we're going to touch on is going to be strategy. Who want to go? Jill, you want to go?
Sure, absolutely. Okay, so we're talking about strategy, as Monique has mentioned. And my bullet point is short-term sacrifices, long-term wealth. What does that mean? Short-term sacrifices lead to long-term wealth. Wealth is the key here. Choosing a discipline, one that is comfort today, creates the foundation for financial freedom. That's also the key here. As an entrepreneur, you're going to have things to do like anyone else, but the goal is financial freedom.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And
That should be
that's
everyone's goal at the
everyone,
end.
right.
After you goal set, manage,
Yes.
and plan, that should be the goal.
And it's about personal growth and lasting success, not
Right.
just for one day,
Right.
every day,
Right.
Absolutely.
Right. Totally agree.
every day.
Rochelle, what's your point on
So I had a mentor at one time, and I like to have different races of people around me just because of their perspectives and because of access. And this young lady was a teacher, and she created a reading program that made her rich. And she sold it to this company. She lives on the island now, and she just coaches people. And she was like, what do you want? And I began to name all of these things. And she said, you want 5-fold freedoms. Time to do whatever you want to do, when you want to do it, where you want to do it, place,
Absolutely.
people, if you don't want to be around certain people,
Right.
financial, and health.
Yes.
So I'm like, so what I'm trying to go for, I'm 64 years old. And my kids be like, what? Yes, I am. What does 64 look like? Short hair. I've had short hair for years.
Yeah.
I'm growing it now. Still thinking about going to the barber, but you understand what I'm saying? But
Right.
it's the mindset. It's because of those freedoms. So now every step I take has got to be toward those things.
Right.
My doctor says I don't give him any money. I'm like, but I gotta lose these 65 pounds. Don't get right too. You want, because you get the South and it's like every sauce on everything.
Right.
And we don't walk as much here as we were in North. We catching buses, we running the
It's more
trains and
laid
stuff.
back down there. That's why.
But that's my mindset. I want a 5-fold freedom.
Right. Well, we're going with the strategy. So that's mindset and strategies. We're moving on to that second bullet point, which Rochelle just made a great point for the strategies of what you try to do to have wealth without working until you fall over, because that's what's going to happen to most people. They're going to work 5 jobs and you're still not going to get to where you want to get because you're working wrong. So we're trying
That's
to
true.
give you 4 bullet points. We're on strategies now of how to build your bag with not just about money. April.
So one of the things, with my point here is to niche down and dominate a lane before expanding. One thing I like following you, Rochelle, because I'm piggyback. I
Right,
also
right.
have a mentor, Dr. Tracy Lynn, who's a $100 million woman. So
Oh,
and
yeah.
one thing she just taught us about is not to have fractured focus.
Right.
And so this point, I'm glad you gave me this point. Basically, fracture focus, we're all over the place with our ideas and our thoughts, and nothing gets done. You're like the jack of all trades, a master of none.
Right. I
So,
felt
yeah. So, you
was
you
me.
just hone in. You just kind
They
of
got the
hone
focus.
in. Like me, I started out with fashion. So now fashion has brought me into showing me throughout working, just selling, with my customers that empowerment is needed.
Yes, it
So
is.
now that people know that, okay, April sells ladies' clothing, ladies' shoes. Now let's move. Now it's time to move on. So I think just not having that fractured focus and really just honing in on what it is, staying in that lane until you perfect it, you mastered it, you're comfortable to move on. Your customers, the commitment is there, the community is behind you, and then you want to grow and expand from there.
Right.
But once you have that foundation that's strong, then I would suggest moving on. But stay in your lane. Stay in your lane. That the
Absolutely.
point is to stay in your lane until you really get it going and get it moving, and then you want to expand and go on. So
Right. Stop looking
You
at what
speaking
you
to
see
me too.
other
That's great
people
advice.
doing. No, some people just say, "Oh well, this is the new thing," and you're not going with the new
No.
thing. You're going with what it is that you know and what you goal set for. Use time management for. Stay focused. Stop trying to be all over the place, thinking what you see somebody else do is easy, because you probably can't even walk in their footsteps. Because it takes a lot to be a boss. It's not easy.
No.
It's easier for
It's true.
someone to tell you every day what to do when you get to work. It's definitely not easy for you to tell everybody else what to do and be the main person involved in the decision making. Take it from me. It's not easy. It's not that hard, but it's definitely not just as easy as people think it is. And you don't have as much freedom as you think you do until you're able to create some type of an income stream where you can make money when you sleep. So that brings me to my point of strategy, which is always know your numbers, income, expensive, and profit margins. Okay, what we mean by that is always know your numbers. You can't just wing business, guys. It does not work like that. You can't just say, "Oh, well, I don't know how much I made this month," and you're not doing good business. Numbers is always going to tell the truth about what's going on. Don't guess. You have to track it. You have to sit down. You have to write a budget. You have to write a plan. You have to goal set. You have to know when to say when. You can't just go on the trip if you didn't plan for it, because your friends are going. Unless you have that account to the
That's
side
true.
where you can say, "Listen,
Yes.
I worked, I put this money to the side, I can get up and go whenever I want to." That's great. But most people can't do that. We're not talking about, everyone. We're just talking about the people who cannot do that. So if you're running a business, you have to set up what it takes to run your business, how much income you get, how much expenses go out, and how much money that you get to keep. And we're going to go through that later. You have to pay yourself first. You can't even be around here building a business and broke. Saying, "Oh, well, I paid everybody else." No. You got to wrap that around and pay yourself first. So that's the 4 points we're giving on strategy. I hope everyone's learning something from the points that we're giving. Next, we're going to give the wardrobe. We're going to give the point on wardrobe, because people think wardrobe is just how you dress. I get that all the time. "Why you dressed up? You going to the store?" Well, I'm going outside and I'm grown. I'm not going to just go outside any kind of way. Opportunities happen all the time. Again, it's the mindset. I go to the store, maybe there's an opportunity there. I'm not looking for a job, but it's the mindset of opportunity. When opportunity meets you, you always have to be ready. So we're going to move on to, and then we're going to bring Wakia on with the care break. Once we go through the care break, and then we're going to bring on our guests that's waiting for us so patiently over there with Rochelle. We're going to go through wardrobe really quickly, and then we're going to switch it up to the care break, and we're going to also bring our guests on, and then we're going to let our guests be involved in some of the topics that we're speaking about. All right, so wardrobe. Jill, we
All
might as
right.
well go.
So, So as we have already heard, dress is a key word. Whether you work from home, you go out in the field, either
Right.
way, we should be dressing for what we want, right? That opportunity, not a job. And some are a job, so again, not knocking that.
Right.
But get up, get dressed, and dress according to who you want to become in your career,
Absolutely.
right? If you dress down with sweatpants, sneakers, and you go to work, some places now allow that after COVID, but still dress different. Don't do what everyone else do, especially when you start going up the ladder, those in corporate office. Trust me, they look at it. So you want to dress accordingly, at least some slacks and, a nice shirt for men, and for women, I see it getting worse and worse for women, honestly. You go to work all kinds of ways.
Right.
That's a whole
thinking
show in
gonna
itself.
help, some
Right.
get through.
They need you, April.
But,
Right.
but underneath, these CEOs, these executives, trust me, they're watching how
They
you conduct
absolutely
yourself.
are.
When you're in meetings, even though, again, working from home, you have Zoom calls, you want to dress yourself appropriately, right? And just, again, dress for what you are going after, not for where you are today.
Absolutely. All
Right,
right.
very
Yes.
good. Yes.
PW. I mean Rochelle. Look, I'm saying PW.
And that is my point. I'm gonna
That's what I
piggyback
call
off of April. We were just talking about that. I'm dressing to where I want to go. And for me, my friends used to tease me. I might have had like 2 pair of jeans in my closet. They like, wear some jeans. But I came out of corporate before I did teaching, so it was easy because we got uniforms. I had a uniform. On Mondays, I would wear a nice blouse, slacks, jewelry, always. Tuesday, I throw in a blazer or a nice sweater. Wednesday, I'm in a full suit. Thursday, I'm in a dress.
Right.
And Friday, I might dress back down. But even if we wore chinos or whatever, we still looked great.
Right.
Our hair was did. We had our jewelry on. Our nails and stuff was done. So, because again, and my students teach me, like, even your emails, like, you take such time with your text, because I don't know where my stuff is going, because I'm amazing.
Right.
Somebody might want to send it to somebody. You understand what I'm saying?
That's right.
And so I'm like her too. When I go outside, I'm not going out like, hey, this guy used to do. He's like, why you always? Because I don't know. I got business waiting for me outside.
Absolutely.
right.
Absolutely.
That's right.
And that's how
And
bosses
they're
think.
more likely to approach you if you look like you know
Right.
what
Right.
you're doing
With confidence.
versus,
Right.
and I'm gonna end with this because of the generation you were just talking about. My principal, our school got recognized because we had high growth,
Oh,
like the #1 elementary school in the
Right.
district.
Congratulations.
This young lady's only been here 2 years, and she's pulled this school from an F almost to a B.
Wow.
But what she had to say was, dress professionally.
Right.
And it pained her. And she sent us a picture this morning and said, what is with this picture? It was when when we had older teachers and they always dressed. Like in the 60s, they
Right.
always
Yeah,
dressed.
Yeah, absolutely.
And she was like, what does that say to you? And I'm like, professionalism.
Absolutely.
Because I'm Rochelle B. Gray who teaches, but I coach, I speak, I do a lot of things. But again, I don't want to be embarrassed, she said, of people walking my building and seeing my teachers dressed any kind of way.
Right.
Right.
Absolutely.
Because what's your
That's
mindset?
important.
That's what they're thinking. What are you
Exactly.
thinking?
Right.
So
absolutely.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And what do they say? 30 seconds, people make
Make
you
a
make your
perception
impression
of
in
you.
30
That's
seconds.
Absolutely, they sure enough do.
That's
That's
one
it.
of the points
And
I
that's one of
wrote
your
down.
point, right.
Yeah. So I'm going to talk about being
I love
being
Love
authentic
you.
but polished. You don't need labels, but you do need intentional style.
I love it. That's right.
Right? So to your point, society treats you how you present yourself.
Right.
Right?
Amen.
So you being authentic, but being polished means dressing in a way that reflects your true personality while still being mindful of how you present yourself. Because you said the 30 seconds, they're going to make a judgment call, and it's not fair, but it's just the reality. It is. So it's not about expensive labels. My fashion is, please. I'm competing with the Sheens and the everyone. Not to even give them a shout out. The other Marshalls, and so I really try to keep my fashion affordable because again, it doesn't mean make sense to have these
And it's
expensive
how
labels.
you wear it too.
It's how you wear it. I mix it all up,
'Cause I
you
love
know.
rainbow.
I'm
Right.
loving that
You can
that,
mix it up.
that
You
T-shirt.
can mix-
I'm
you
telling
mix-
you.
Shout out
You
to
mix
Ryan.
it
Yeah,
up.
get
You
my
can
black
have
t-shirt right
high
away,
end,
but-
low end, Walmart.
That's
You
right.
just mix it all up.
And when you throw accessories with that,
I was
you
teasing
know,
Wakia.
I'm
She
an accessory person.
split her shirt, and I was like, "Look at you, all fashion forward."
Yeah.
You know, and I was like, "That was really cute." You know what I'm saying?
I know, right?
It was authentic to her.
Cut my collar
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Saying, I mean, I'm my brand. I gotta,
Well, we we got our regular shirt.
So, but basically, you just create intentional style for yourself that makes you feel how you communicate your confidence. And one of the points I love that Warren Buffett said, and I posted this on my Facebook. He said, having expensive clothes doesn't mean you have a lot of money.
No, that
It means you spend a lot on money on
That's what it
clothes.
means.
Okay, so let's not get it twisted. People
Right,
go out
right.
here and spend all this money trying to impress whoever, and maybe it makes them feel good. I'm not going to knock that either, but just be intentional and just keep in mind that how you present yourself, especially as a business person. I tell people, I'm always, because I'm accused of being over the top, over
Me
accessorized,
too.
but I sell fashion. What do you want me to do? Walk
Right.
around with a bag
And
over
it's-
my
I
head?
love it. Listen, that's
Yeah.
you. That's you. That's
Right.
your
We're of
brand.
a certain age
Right.
at this point. How do you expect us to look?
Right,
I'm
right.
confused with
You hairstylists, you have to always have your hair.
Right.
Because you tell me you do hair.
Right, and,
And
then
it's
your hair is
You
horrible.
sure?
Right.
You do hair, but you don't do your own.
Right.
Hey.
That part.
Right.
So it's
So-
very important, to keep up with your fashion, but you don't have to always have expensive stuff. Now, I
Right.
have some expensive things,
Right.
but then there's some things that you see me in that, listen, I'm going to make my outfits match up. I'll
Mix
have
it
a
up.
belt from somewhere. Listen, I'll be done cut that belt, made me a necklace, took my fabric glue, stick it around my shoe, on the other shoe. And they're like, where you get that from, girl? If you
I
only
made
knew.
And it's yourself. It's your
Listen,
expression,
that's
right? You're
true.
expressing yourself.
Yes,
That's the
because
thing.
that's
and,
how I am.
yeah, and looking fly while you're doing it. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Listen,
Absolutely.
I saw one of my students like that once, and her mother refused to let her get into tags.
Oh, really?
But when I tell you, she was beautifully dressed.
Good. Good.
That's good.
Fit. She took her. She going to seamstress. Her clothes were tailored. She looked good. No tags,
Right.
but. And I was like, see, y'all go with the fads instead of having your style. I said, she has style.
Right. And it's the difference in style and labels. Not that we're knocking labels, because I have labels.
Right, because we
I'm
have
not gonna
some,
say
but
that.
that's not who we are.
Right.
Right.
That doesn't make me. I don't feel less of who I am when I step in the room because I don't have on a label. If I have on one, I just really like it because I'm definitely
That's
not a
the key.
follower.
Right.
I don't follow behind what the fad is. If the fad is one thing and I don't like it, I'm still not going to wear it. I think you'll look nice maybe, but it's just not for me. So that brings to the point of that I have for wardrobe is consistency and presentation equals consistency and trust. So to me, how you show up is how people will trust you. If you expect when you walk in, they look at your look, your attitude, your reliability. Do you look professional? Do you look dependable? That's what your look says in that 30-second snapshot. So you want to make your presentation as good as possible whenever you're anywhere. Like I said, going to the store, if you're going on an interview, definitely then. But if you're just walking along, start looking for opportunities and not employments. Start looking for things that can make you money while you sleep. Your presentation, when you walk into a room of a billionaire, you might have went in there just to be with someone in a meeting, and they may recognize you because of your presentation and your confidence.
Right.
Sit up straight when you're
confidence.
sitting in the chair. Don't slouch. Don't look so like, oh my God, I don't know. Walk in that room like, I know and I got this.
Right.
And that's what we had to do today because I haven't done a show in a long time. So when I got in here, I was like, I know I have confidence, but the nerve, you're going to
Yeah.
be nervous. That doesn't mean that you don't know
normal.
what you're doing or you're
That's normal.
speaking
Right.
about.
That's normal.
It's normal. And if you're not nervous, then maybe you don't want it that bad. So
Mm.
that's
That's
how
deep.
I see that.
Now that's
Wait,
a,
say it
that's a
again.
word.
Maybe
That's
if
a
you're
word.
not nervous, you don't want it that bad.
I like that.
Because
Ah.
if
That's
you're
a
in
whole
a
word.
situation where you're not nervous at all, then maybe you don't really want it. You don't care if you get it or don't. I care when I go for something. I'm gonna go for it. Failing is not an option for me.
That's
so
right.
I'm going for whatever it is that I came in to get, and I'm gonna get it.
And
Maybe
we put
not right
faith
then.
over
Go
fear.
ahead, girl.
Faith over fear.
You
She
Just
said
have
do
the
it scared.
faith.
That's what I guess said, but she
Right.
coming
You
on.
have the faith. We're gonna do it. Faith
the
over
thing
fear.
too is some people, they apply for positions, and when they get there, they're not presentable. But you
Yes,
already know
that
where you're
part.
going.
Right.
You know, if you research the company or whoever you're working for, you should know about their background and the quality of what they're looking for. So why go there not being presentable just
Right.
to be, not given the opportunity
Passed over.
to
Right,
Yep.
right. 'Cause
step
that's
in,
what
right? You
happened.
could be as
Passed
smart
over.
as a whiz, but that presentation,
Yep.
you
Could
know,
ruin it for you.
go to an interview and your blouse for women is too low cut and think that's going to work. Sometimes it do,
Yeah.
sometimes it
Don't
don't.
sell yourself short
Right.
though.
I want to go for
Do
who
that.
I am in the
Absolutely.
inside and what I can bring from the mind, not from how I dress.
Right.
So very important.
And we want to let you guys know, thank you again for tuning in to Minding the Business That Pays You. We did have videos and everything to play today, but due to us having the first show, we had to do a little bit more technical things. So we just decided, you know what, we're just going to speak, let you get to see who we are. And when we come back next week, we can play all our fabulous videos that we spent all this time on putting together, right? All the hard work we stayed up and did, but we're just going to keep the show moving. Thank you guys for tuning in. You also can follow us on our socials. We're on Facebook, Mind the Business That Pays You podcast, IG, Biz That Pays You. We have a website, bizthatpaysyou.com, and YouTube. We have Mind the Business That Pays You. So like and subscribe us today. We're trying to get at least 1,000 subscribers within the next week. So if you're one of them, subscribe, and you'll get to see a lot of the bloopers and the behind-the-scenes things that go on.
The real
by,
deal.
Having
The real deal.
This is a
Because we
good
already
reality
live,
show.
But, you're gonna
It's
really
a
get
clean
to see
reality
what's
show.
what's going on. So again, we have our special guest in the house. She's going to be coming up in a second. Her name is Lachelle Davis Moore. She's with Rochelle over there right now in Charlotte, North Carolina. But before that, we're going to bring on Wakia with the care break, and she's going to go into how you take a break for yourself. All right, Wakia, you go, girl.
From sunny Florida.
Hi, that's right. Hello, everybody. I'm Wakia from South Carolina. Welcome to a minute to pause, recharge, and share smart tips and helpful outlets on caring for a loved one. At some time or another, we all might have to care for a loved one. You never know.
Right.
But it's not just about them. It's about us, the caregivers.
Right.
We need a break. That's why it's called care break. Because we break, they're lost.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
True.
Definitely.
Wow, it's deep.
True.
Mhm,
And
deep,
Wakia,
deep.
your
I'ma
phone
snap
is
that one.
going in and out a little bit because y'all, she's in South Carolina. You don't know where our family's from, but it's in the woods, and her phone is going
Yes.
in and out a little bit because the
Okay.
reception is a little different. But go ahead, Wakia.
Okay, so like I was saying,
Yeah.
you have to recharge yourself. Just like you charge your cell phone every night and every day, you have to charge your body and your mind. Because if you don't and you die like a cell phone, who's going to take care of that loved one?
Wow. That
So,
was deep.
with that being said, pause, think. Think about what they're going through. They don't like being like that, but think about you. You got to care for you. Care break, do what you care to do. It could be getting in the tub, bubble bath, glass of wine, candles, go in a private room or your bathroom, read a Bible,
Right.
go to dinner with family, friends, whatever makes you comfortable. You have to take the care break because if you break, like I said, what are they going to do?
Absolutely.
And you always hear that
100%.
though. The caretakers
You
always
always said that. You have to look out for us, for
Go
you,
first.
the caregiver, whoever, because you
caregivers,
never
yeah.
know when that day is going to come and you're going to have to take care of a loved one.
Absolutely.
It could be
absolutely.
tomorrow, it could be today. So you have to stay focused, you have to think, and you have to stay recharged because it's not, like I said, you charge your phone every night, charge yourself
Yeah,
so you
yeah.
won't die because your loved one needs you.
That's serious.
So find out what makes you happy. It's a lot of things. Go to the nail shop, the beauty parlor. I love the beauty parlor, you see.
Right.
You know, do what makes you happy. I said, read a Bible. Go to dinner with your sister, your friend. Find something to do, but you have to get that break. Because now it's going to break you. Then your loved one, what are they going to do?
Right, absolutely. And on that note, you know, it's a lot more people out here caring for a spouse, a mother, a father, a parent, I should say, just
Yeah.
a loved one, a friend. It's a lot more people out here than you think that are caring for people and are so stressed and they need a break. They don't know what to do. They don't know how to do it. They don't know where to go. They don't even know where they could put their loved one that for them to go and get a break. So each week, Wakia's going to come on. She's going to have different solutions that you can take as a caregiver and solutions where you could take your loved one to so that you could get a break as well. Because it's a lot of people, like I said, that's really caring for loved ones. So keep that in mind.
And if I can speak on that,
yeah, that's
and what Wakia is saying, I just came out of that, right?
Sure
Wow.
did.
I
Yes.
took care of my mother, and took care of my father for more than about 4.5, 5 years. And I rest, you know, now I rest as far as taking a break. But my break came after he has gone home with Jesus, right? So he passed on June 5th. But during those times, I did not learn to take a break. I was on adrenaline mode.
Wow.
Had I really realized that I wasn't taking the break, I would have took some, but it is still sometimes hard to take a break. It depends on what kind of help you have, right?
Yeah.
That's very
Yes.
important. Very
Yeah.
important. But one day, as long as our parents live or whoever your loved one is, the cycle is going to come around to every one of us. So just be prepared and just know when you do get to that situation, as Wakia said, we got to remember it impacts us, even though that they're going through the pain. You don't want to see them go through it, but it is very important, and it goes back to the mind, right? It goes back to the mind, and there's a lot more to talk about through that as Wakia brings us to this topic every week.
Well, all right. Well, thank you, Wakia, and we appreciate
What-
you being here. And we
You're
will have you back
welcome.
again next week. To
And that
do the
smile, I
care
love it.
break. Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, Rochelle, it's getting ready to be all on you now, and you're
Dun,
going
dun,
to have the
dun.
guest with you. Am
Let's
I
see how we're
correct?
going to arrange this little studio thing we got going here.
And
So you're
again,
going to have to
ladies
help
and
us. Are we in the
gentlemen,
same screen or are we in different
Y'all in the
screens?
same screen. Y'all gonna
Talk
be
to
in the
me.
same screen?
Same screen?
Mm-hmm.
We can't be in the same screen, right?
Yeah,
So
you're
what we
gonna be in the
doing?
same screen. You have her in your screen?
You want me to bring her in now?
Yes, baby. We're waiting for you.
Yeah, come on over. I don't know how that's going to work
Eyes
with
are
both
on
of us
you.
together in the small
All eyes
screen.
are on you now.
I'll move out the way so she can be
You
on
got to,
screen.
you got to move over. That's all. Let her in. Move over.
All right, come on. We're going to see. Come on. Come on in. They say it's going to be large now. We're going to see.
Thank
We'll
you,
be like this
Wakia.
now.
We'll see you next time.
What if I ain't like
Thank
her?
She's trying to log off down there. You got it, Wakia?
Over here. I'll move out the way just for you. Don't
Hey,
matter.
Logged
just
off?
move over.
You don't see me.
You logged off?
No.
Okay, so I see Rochelle and Wakia above, and I'm looking. All right, come over here and sit down so they can figure it out. Let me see your face.
All right, Wakia, you can log off, baby.
Hey,
Love
beautiful.
You.
How
Hello.
are you?
We'll get the other side.
Thank you for your
Hi,
patience
yes, I
as we
guess.
work
How
through
are you?
the first
Thank you
episode.
for having me.
Sound along.
Hi, Michelle.
Hello.
Hi. We were waiting for
I got the hips.
you. Well, we're going to get your introduction done properly. Go ahead, Jilma.
All right. So we have Lachelle Davis Moore. She is a visionary leader, passionate advocate, and a force for positive change in the community. Lachelle is the founder and driving force behind Inside Out Excellence, a nonprofit committed assisting individuals with an HIV diagnosis. Inside Out Excellence has grown from a small initiative to a thriving organization, impacting countless lives along the way. Lachelle Davis Moore, she is the Chief Operating Officer of Bridge Haven, a transitional housing program for returning citizens, which she co-owns with her husband. That is awesome. Very awesome.
Yes, to be working with your husband.
Yes.
Okay. Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Lachelle is respected. She's a figure in the world of governance and leadership. She served as the chairperson on multiple boards, including the National Coalition of 100 Black Women Ryan White planning body. She currently serves president of the National Hookup of Black Women Queen City chapter, where her strategic vision and committed to excellence have contributed to the success of these organizations. So let's welcome Lachelle.
All right. Fabulous.
you.
We have an
Thank you
awesome
so much.
resume.
I'm letting her have the room.
Yeah, so tell us a little bit about, well, we heard something about you. Break it down a little bit to your one of your organizations, the one you have in and out.
Inside Out Excellence.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. You would like me to share just a little bit about what we do there?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. So Inside Out Excellence was founded back in 2013. However, we fully launched in 2019, and we've been going strong since then. We received government funding to assist individuals diagnosed with HIV. We help them with rental assistance, utilities. We help them with resumes, helping them find jobs, connecting them to coaches. There's nothing we really don't do. So I always tell my clients, just ask me. Just ask, because I'm gonna figure it out for you.
That's good.
So, but it's very near and dear to me. That launch. I had a relative who was diagnosed with HIV. I learned a lot about it, and I knew that once I left corporate world, I wanted to launch an agency that served that demographic, and we've been doing it very strong now.
That's awesome.
I have a question for you. Who or what has been your biggest influence in staying committed to this mission?
My biggest influence is knowing that my community, folks that look like me, are still not as aware and not as educated. So seeing the young children today, the young teens being diagnosed still,
Wow.
it pushes me to continue. And even when I do want to quit, I think about, my own children. I think about the children who felt they could not go to their own families. And I just got to keep going. I mean, and there's times where I've said, I'm done, I'm not going to keep continuing with the agency. It's very, it creates a lot of compassion fatigue. So like Wakia was saying, you have to have a lot of self-care.
Yes, you
Because
do.
you'll be crying all day. But it's my community that I do it for the most because we are highly impacted.
Okay.
Wow, that's great. What?
And I just want to say something there, because when she made the point about our teens still being diagnosed, I had not thought about that, because we had the big swell when all of these people were being diagnosed, and now we don't really hear about it unless you're in that vein or it's happened to you. So I'm like, wow, that's something that we really have to be aware of and continue to talk to our young people about choices they make.
Absolutely.
Yes, that was one of the questions. What are the statistics now? How with HIV? Because you don't really hear it.
COVID came. And
COVID,
you would think
yeah,
HIV
even
just
before
went away,
COVID.
even though we know it didn't.
Right.
But-
So, what are the stats now for HIV? Since you mentioned having young children, taking care of young children that
Right.
have
I didn't even
are
think about
diagnosed
that.
with it. Yeah. I mean, is it is it millions, thousands, or I mean, I know people are living longer, but like, what's the round figure? That
Yeah, and so that's the thing. People are living longer because of all the, medication. There's medication called PrEP that a lot of people are not aware of that will help you, help prevent you from contracting HIV. But a lot of people don't know that. A lot of individuals don't know, or they're just unaware that it's there and that there's clinics that actually provide that medication, for us. Right now, Black women are leading in HIV, and
Wow.
many of them don't know that. And so, educating our Black women, males having sex with males, you know, they're leading as well. But it's, you know, it's our demographic, and I feel it's up to me to continue to educate, because I am looking at these numbers. I do see the clients, and I'm helping the clients. So it's, you know, it's important. It's not gone anywhere. We just have great medication. We have state programs that pay for this medication, but it's still here.
So
It's
what
still
are the
here, and it's
numbers, though? Are they
affecting
like
Black women, you
millions,
know,
or the
astronomically.
the numbers in the millions, or
So are they
Like-
getting it from drugs still, or is it
yeah, how would it
sex? I mean, what are like the numbers? Like, she was saying that why are they getting this disease? Like,
Yeah,
for the most part,
it's still
is it a
around.
combination?
Yeah, it's mostly intercourse. You know, we have to have protected sex, especially if we're living risky. So if we're going to utilize things such as sex apps, if we're going to, you know, switch partners, so be it.
Wow.
You can do that. And I hope this is not too much for
Wait, they have
the
sex
station.
apps?
Lord, Rochelle,
Okay,
Rochelle, who knew?
I mean, this is
Wow.
you just have to be very safe and integrate prevention, right? Everything revolves around prevention. So we like to educate on doing things safer.
Wow.
Well, let's move on to your other organization. You're a CEO of Bridgehaven, am I correct?
Correct.
Okay. Can you give us a little bit of information on that organization? I believe, is that the one you have with your husband?
That is.
Yes. Can you give us some insight on that organization?
Absolutely. So with that business, you know, my husband and myself are both children of individuals that were formerly incarcerated. God bless my father-in-law. He has gone to see the Lord. My father is still around, and he's doing amazing things in his community in New York. He's given back to, you know, individuals that were in the same space that he was in. As a young child, again, everything comes back to your passion and what you encountered in your time. And so I remember visiting my father at a halfway house. And because I knew it helped him, again, one day I'm going to do something like
Pain
this.
points. Pain points. That's right.
And so, exactly. And so our pain turned into Bridgehaven, and we've launched that and been going strong for 8 years. We have partnerships with the state and with the county, and our goal is always to help individuals, males. We did help females at one point, but at this time we help males reintegrate themselves back into the community by helping them reestablish themselves. A lot of them operate in guilt, so we want to help them, you know, heal. It's not just giving them a place to stay or helping them find a job. It's much more than that.
Wow.
Now, why is transitional
That's great.
housing so critical for returning citizens?
I'm sorry,
Speak up
Monique,
on
can you
that.
say that one more time?
Okay. I'll move closer to the mic.
Yeah.
Thank
Why
you.
is
Yeah.
transitional housing so critical for
I'm the
returning
jokester, y'all see that,
citizens
right?
re-entering society? Can you hear me?
We can hear you now.
Oh, okay. Oh, maybe she didn't
I-
hear me.
I didn't hear the
Oh, you
question.
didn't hear? Okay. I'm going to ask you again, girl. Why is transitional housing so critical for returning citizens re-entering the society?
Oh, it's very critical because, you know, imagine being released from prison and not having anywhere to go, which is the case for some of these guys, and then being released from prison and having a place to go. It gives you hope. If you can get to a bed, if you can take a shower and wake up with peace to go to that bus stop or jump in that Uber and look for a job, you have a greater chance of
Right.
not returning back to that system. And that's what we want for them. If you release them to the shelter,
Yeah.
there's no hope there,
Right.
They're going to commit another crime and most likely find that bed in that institution. So it is one of the greatest things that I
Wow.
think we can do to help reestablish our men.
Well, that's awesome. That's absolutely
That's a great
awesome.
point.
Right. What
That
advice
really
would you
is.
give someone who wants to start a mission-driven organization but don't know where to begin?
How could I help an individual who does not have a mission?
Well, no. What's
You
the
have a
advice
mission,
you
too.
would give to someone who wants to start a mission-driven organization like yourself, but they don't know how or where to begin?
Begin.
So what do they do? Research what?
Just
They
do
gotta
it.
start.
Begin.
They have to
That's
start. That is it.
You know, a lot of people are fearful.
Once we say it again,
A
Monique,
lot
I'm
of people
sorry.
are fearful and they think they're afraid of failing. Well, I'm not afraid of failing because you're going to fail plenty of times before you make it. So to me, I say what you say, just start and just begin. You have
Yeah.
to start from somewhere. No one's going to hold your hand. No one's going to walk you through it. And no one has the time or the energy, especially when you're running 2 organizations, to have people, you know, to coach everyone. You could come into my world and I can, you know, walk me through whatever I'm doing when I'm doing it, like hands-on, like on, you know, training right on,
Yes.
right on the spot. But no one really has time to train people like that anymore. You know, to just sit down and coach them and hold their hand. People have to just get out here, dive in, write up a plan, goal set, use time management, and make it happen.
And another key
Exactly.
is self-motivation.
A lot
If you
of
don't
self-
have
yes.
self-motivation, that can stop you right there in your tracks.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
It all
yeah, we
starts
will
with
talk
you.
ourselves out of something really quick.
Really
So
quick.
you
Right.
you have to fail
That's
forward.
true.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. And last but not least, how can our listeners support or get involved with your type of work or any type of work in this lane that some people are trying to get into, but they don't know where to go, how to start, how, you know, where do they go to start at? If it's an organization like the ones you have, because you're involved in a lot of things. You're on boards.
And she has children, I might add.
Family. She have a husband, as she said.
And
so-
that she homeschools.
it's a lot going on. So how do you manage your life along with the 2 organizations, doing
And she
what you
still looks
got to
good.
do, and mind the business that pays you?
Monique,
Yes, girl.
you know what I'm gonna tell them?
Start.
Tell them.
They gotta begin.
Listen, I want them to hear.
Where are they
from
looking
you.
at? Are they looking to go to the small business organization? Or
Listen,
are they
not
looking
gonna
at what
work.
other people did? Are they looking at what someone else did? Are they going to
Begin
stay where
where?
they going?
That's what we're
Listen.
saying. Begin
You
where?
have to get going.
Right.
Right. Listen, begin.
You begin by calling her.
Look, you can do that too. You can begin by calling me. But when I tell you we started from the dirt, that is what we did. When folks did not want to share, we figured it out. So that thing that we wanted to do, not only did we touch our pain point, but we began to research. Yes, we saw someone kind of doing it, but not providing the actual services that these men needed. I saw folks helping individuals diagnosed with HIV, but not the way that I was saying, well, they need this. And I heard this client say this. So because the demographic of those living with HIV, because they face homelessness, I took this idea home to my husband and said, we should open up a house and rent out rooms to help these individuals. Because I saw this need in the community,
Right.
which tied into helping those formerly incarcerated, which he could relate to more, right? Because it was reestablishing males. Now we're full circle. So we help individuals diagnosed with HIV, individuals formerly incarcerated, individuals that are homeless, and the need is there. We're only touching a fraction of those individuals.
Now, you're
So
all-
if someone was really interested in doing what we do, I would absolutely walk them through it because we have gone through the mud. Now it will come with a fee. It will come with a fee.
I ain't mad at you. I am not mad.
Located
Listen.
A workman is worthy this hire. That is in the Bible.
It costs to access us.
Located, absolutely.
Because
It
time
costs
is
to
money.
access.
Listen, I know how much I'm worth an hour.
You're
Hallelujah,
located
praise God,
in
thank
North
you, Jesus.
Carolina, am I correct? Michelle, you're located in North Carolina?
I am.
Okay, can you give everyone your information so that they can find you? How do they find you? Are you on social media? Do you have a website? How can they find you?
I am. So they would have to find me through Inside Out Excellence. We keep Bridgehaven a little discreet, even though if they Googled it, they would find my phone number and, you know, how we're attached to the state. But they can reach out by utilizing this work line, which is 980-245-1267. And that's 980-245-1267. Instagram at Inside Out Excellence and Facebook at Inside Out Excellence. But I always tell people, if you don't call me, I can't even help you.
That's what I tell people
You
too.
here for one more
That's
second. We
right.
just have to finish out our points to our listeners. The 4 points are pay attention to the bag, not just money. We went over mindset, strategy, wardrobe, and we're going to go over work ethic right now because it kind of tie into what you were saying, what we all were saying, so that, everyone will have 4 points on how to pay attention to the bag, because it's not just about money. It's about the whole entire package. So our last thing is work ethic. Treat your business like a non-negotiable job. Treat your business like you have to do that. Don't go, okay, let me break it down again. I'm going to come back because I got a lot in my head about that situation, and my voice is so terrible today. But when you're trying to get something done and it's for yourself, don't put yourself last. When you're going out to a regular 9 to 5, people will get up early, get ready, be there an hour before, get their coffee, and be on their way. When they work for themselves, it's like this whole thing. Oh, I'm tired. I'm this, I'm that. Show up for yourself. Don't keep making excuses about why you can't get this and why you can't get that. If you're going to be a boss, be a boss. Because it takes a lot to be a boss. You got to get up. You have to be disciplined. When I get up in the morning, I get fully dressed and go to my office. Why? Because that makes me feel good. That puts me in work mode. I don't go to my office and sit in my pajamas.
And where's your office, Mo?
In the house downstairs. And
That's what I'm talking about. That's right.
And
I need them
that's
to
where
know
I
that.
work out of. I
'cause
have
that's
another one
important.
in Princeton as well, but the one that I go to more is in my house because my business is going out and looking at properties. I'm going out looking at land. I'm going out and I'm being visible. But even when I go do that, I get dressed. I don't go looking like I don't have a job or a career, I should say. Like I'm just somewhere winging it. You cannot wing your life. You cannot wing your business. You have to pay attention. You have to use time management. That's so very important. As a boss, it's a lot to get done in a day. And no, you can't get it all done, but if you write up a checklist with some bullet points, what I'm going to do today, what I'm going to accomplish Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, short-term goals, long-term goals, you will get stuff accomplished. Don't just be all over the place. So that's what I have. That's my take on work ethics. Jilma, what's yours?
All right, so I have stayed disciplined with schedules and goals, and I can speak to this 100% now, and in the past, but right now. Starting my remote cleaning business, I started it before my father really took ill, and I had to put it on hold. I was always motivated, but motivation is not the only thing you need to be successful.
Right.
You need to continue thriving. You need to want it. You have to stick to your plan. So I had my plans mapped out for 2 years. I had my website. Everything is done. The motivation was still there the whole time. But I had to remember the plan.
Absolutely.
Because after my father passed, the motivation changed.
Yeah.
But my plan was still the same. I had it mapped out. So I had to remember plan is the key.
Absolutely.
And always keep thriving again. And we come back. You still need some motivation behind it.
Right.
But just don't give up and
Keep your
stick with
plan.
your plan.
Stick with
It
your
may
plan.
not come when you want it, but Jesus bring it to you right on time.
All the time. Amen.
Rochelle, what's your
Great.
tip on that? Work ethics? Yeah,
Did you say
audio
me?
may not be good. I was talking
Rochelle.
to Rochelle, but I don't know.
Oh,
if
I'm
she can
sorry.
hear me.
I'm sorry. We had it. We didn't hear you.
Yeah,
Can I ask my guest to go first? Can I ask her to go first?
Yes, yes.
Are you
she
going
can
to wrap
go.
around? Okay.
You want me to go?
Yes, please.
Okay. All right. So I'm with work ethic as far as making sure my schedule is written out. I notice that when I say something verbally, if I forget it, I'm usually okay with it. But when I write it down, I have this thing about my planner making me out to be a fibber. So so I try to write it down. And then, with my staff,
I like that.
I try to always show up the way that I want them to show up. So showing up the way I want someone else to show up is great work ethic for me because that's letting them know it's important to me to be at my business. So it should be important to you. So I like to model what I'm expecting.
Absolutely.
True.
PW, go ahead. What's your
So my work ethic, because I'm still working for someone, but but I have the day that I'm going to retire from CMS. So I am consistently among business owners who are successful. Two, one day a month, I'm gonna take off of my job and I'm going to some business that's going to help me. Networking, whatever it is. I'm gonna go, even if it's just sitting down having lunch with her, I'm gonna do it. And then the third thing with me is I write things down too. Because organization not my thing, but I got like 5 planners on, and I'm writing things down, and people will laugh because I'll get so involved in it. I'm like texting people 1 o'clock in the morning. People are like, you gonna get me divorced.
Yeah,
like,
I say that to you too. I'm
you got
like,
my
oh, Shaw,
phone.
why did you
But if I
text me in the
think
middle of
it,
the
if it's
night?
on my list, I got to get it off.
Yeah.
So now I'm just trying to put like 5 things at a time and just do it like that. But because again, I'm my mindset now is I'm not going to work harder for you than for myself.
Absolutely.
So when I'm up at 1 o'clock in the morning stuff, it's because I'm getting stuff done for myself. Because I have that date in my head when I'm going to leave you
Okay.
and be on my own.
Okay.
And one of my first big speaking engagements is for the National School Turnaround Conference
Yes,
being
that's
held
a
at
big one.
UNC.
Wow.
Okay,
Okay.
great.
I am one of the 50
Congratulations.
people they asked to speak.
Good.
Listen, I'm getting ready. Guys, getting ready.
Let's
We getting ready to get
go.
all
Let's
right.
go.
Next
Let's
week
go.
gonna be
You know
on
what I'm saying?
location
So,
when we do that.
but
Let's
again,
go.
it
Let's
was
go.
showing up. It was looking the part. It was going around because people, you want to know about education, ask me. I can tell you.
Absolutely.
You want to know about housing and business, ask Monique.
Yeah.
April looks like she know. I'm calling her because I need to rebrand myself because
We're gonna
I'm
move
coming
on
off
to
divorce
April
and a broken
I got
engagement.
We're
you.
gonna move over to April
So-
real quick so
Okay.
we can wrap this
You
up for
understand what I'm saying?
today.
Because you gotta
but
look.
see, I'm talking about, my point is to be talking about the unglamorous part of it. So you got to
All right.
be ready to do the unglamorous task
Yes.
in the early days. If you're not willing to put in the long hours, make some sacrifices, and roll up your sleeves and do the grunt work, then
Right.
entrepreneurship may not be for you.
That part.
Starting a business is not for the faint at heart.
Thank you.
So I understand what you say, LaShawn, just begin.
Yes.
People see the end results and it looks glamorous without realizing all the blood, sweat, and tears, that went
Yeah.
behind the scenes to bring it to fruition. So that's my 2-minute point.
Everyone, we appreciate you being here with us today.
Yes.
Again, next week we're gonna have our videos and slideshows that we have at the bottom of the screen. But
love
today
it.
we just wanted to get into who we were, what we're doing, what the show is about. It's called Mind the Business That Pays You podcast. We're going to be giving tips and strategies on becoming entrepreneurs, on maybe get out there and start goal setting and actually following through with those plans instead of just saying those plans. Next week, we have a phenomenal guest as well. Our guest next week will be Eric Murdoch. A lot of people know him. He's a retired NBA player, but he's doing great things for the community now. So he's going to be our guest next week. Also, the topic will be Dress the Part. Secure the deal. Looks matters. Okay? Today, we want to recap that we wanted you to pay attention to. Pay attention to the bag, not just money. It's about mindset, strategy, wardrobe, and work ethics. And one of my tips I'm going to give before we go is, I always say to people, I'd rather have 1 million associates than $1 million. And the reason is, if my money was all going tomorrow, which we know money come and go like that, if I had 1 million associates, I could call each one and say, can I have $1 and I'm a millionaire again? So don't burn bridges.
Come on.
Don't
Build
burn
'em.
bridges.
I
That's
always
very,
say,
very important to
Build
not
those bridges.
yeah,
No burning
absolutely.
them.
Don't burn bridges.
That's the truth.
Again, we have social medias. You can follow us on, we have so many of them, right? Oh, my goodness. We have Facebook, Mind the Business That Pays You. We have IG, Biz That Pays. We have a website, bizthatpays.com. And we have a YouTube, Mind the Business That Pays You. So make sure you like and subscribe to us on YouTube. You will see a lot of behind-the-scenes videos, the making of Mind the Business That Pays You, who we are, what we do, and our daily, activities and things that we get into that you think is so, we're so already, everything's done. But really, like April just said, it's a lot of behind-the-scenes hard work that goes into it, even into this podcast. It's a lot of things that have to go before we can come live to you, because we're not editing like a lot of people do. So everything you see here is live. It's authentic. It's exactly who we are. So again, we would like to thank our guests over there on location with Rochelle in North Carolina.
Thank you.
Rochelle, thank you
Thank
so much. We definitely appreciate your insight. And can you give everyone the information again on how they can contact you?
Absolutely. You can call via phone 980-245-1267. Again, that's 980-245-1267. Instagram at Inside Out Excellence and Facebook at Inside Out Excellence.
I love
Thank
that name.
you.
I love that name.
Thank you, everyone. We
Yes, I do.
appreciate you. And don't forget to mind the business that pays you.
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 Peace.
Peace out. Good night,
See
everyone.
you later.
Love ya.
See ya.
Good night.
Bye, Rochelle.
I mean, the studio looks great.
Yes.
Thank you so
So I will
much.
go up sometimes to I will go up sometimes to